What's going on, my fam sizzles? Welcome to Behind the Booth with me, DJ iSizzle. This is going to be the New Year's kind of Eve special. And I want to just talk about like positivity and good things for the new year and all the couples that have booked with me, how thankful I am for that, and sending gratitude and sending blessings their way as they prepare for their weddings for 2026. And all the couples that may have not hired me yet, but are looking to hire or have not quite found me yet, I want to say, send blessings to them as well. And if you are looking for your wedding DJ, feel free to contact me at djissizzle.com and go to contact, like book me or book now, and then just go ahead and fill in the quick information. There's like 5 questions on there. And just go ahead and email me, send me that message, and I will get back to you, see if I'm available for you. And if I can be your wedding DJ, we'll go from there. All right. So let's go ahead and start today's episode by looking at what this last year has brought, like, I guess, into my life, but also like if you can think about your own life, what it's brought into your own life this last year. I know this last year, there's always a lot of ups, there's some downs. And I think with any year, you just kind of have to look at it and you just kind of have to think about it and say, well, if everything that bad happens to me, I take and I get angry about and I take it personally, then what kind of year am I going to have if I continually to think that way through the whole year? Or do I take those bad things and I look at them as something to learn from and say, you know what, that was not a good thing by any means, but let me look at this and say, maybe there's another way to look at this instead of being angry about that or being frustrated, and maybe just putting a positive spin on it and just saying, you know what, yeah, I wasn't great, but yeah, I guess it can always be worse. And you know what? What did I learn from that? What can I do to avoid that again? Like what can I do to avoid anything like that again? Um, so those are some things. This last year, I guess, 2025 for me, just the couples I was able to work with, the venues I was able to play music in and entertain family and friends and wedding parties and couples was nothing short of amazing. And I can't be thankful enough. Like, I was at a few of the venues this last year. Sadie Lake, I was there twice this last year. Trophy Lake, and I think it's Trophy Lake and Golf Casting. Um, they started doing weddings this year or the year before. I was out there twice this year. Both really just beautiful venues, great hosts. Such a such a fortunate thing, like you never know who you're gonna work with in life, and sometimes you can get some people that maybe you don't click with, but I've been very fortunate this last year to get really, really just beautiful venues, great couples, um, just all in all, everything. Like this last year has just been, I've been really thankful for everything. And actually moving into this office this last year has just been great. We moved in here in August of this last year. And since then, I mean, I've just seen business progressively going up. So, yeah, this last year, I've been able to buy new equipment. We upgraded this entire, like, this box. You can see videos of this I got on YouTube building this box, put it, installing the laptop, installing the DJ mixer, just kind of upgrading the lighting this year to going from, maybe not as a simple lighting, but maybe more just an all-in-one inclusive lighting, just for our setups. We also upgraded our to up lighting this year, and just having this controller here has been amazing for the lighting. Just being able to control it one board while you're DJing right in front of you. It's so simple and so nice. Um, we used to bring out a little booth and set it down and put the top on it. We'd bring out the individual mixer, and then we'd have everything else we bring out individually. And it was fine. I mean, you know, for when we were DJing a few years ago, it was fine. But when I start looking at it now, I'm like, we just got to simplify everything, wheel everything in on one cart. Don't worry about those extra trips, all that kind of stuff. Like you really do have to plan for. And even just getting, the microphone receiver in there, upgrading to, minimum $1,000 microphone setup has really been key this year. I know it's probably easy to, go on any site and get a microphone for $20 and be like, "Oh, that's my microphone for my weddings." But don't do that to yourself. When I started years and years ago, I bought like $100 microphone. Oh, I don't even think it was $100. It was like $60, I think, and it was wireless, and I thought it was fine. I didn't understand the difference. This is when I was first starting. This was years ago. I didn't understand the difference between a quality microphone, and I just thought, oh, well, it just costs more, whatever. I'm not going to pay that extra money. I can just get it for this. That microphone was so scary. I would have so many dropouts here and there, and I would hope people wouldn't notice it. I would just feel it in my stomach until finally, like, I had one wedding where it just started dropping out, and I was like, no, 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 absolutely not. This is not acceptable. And I think as a DJ, like, you have to look at these things like your equipment and the quality of it. It's so important to not cheap out on equipment. It's easy because nowadays you can just go online and you can put your cart together and you can say, oh, it's only this much to get this much equipment. And the thing about being a great DJ is that you have to buy quality equipment. And that means that if you're going to be running at least 10 weddings a year, even 15 weddings a year, even 5 weddings a year, have quality equipment. I mean, you don't want anything going out on you because you're like, oh, well, I can save $40 on this microphone, or I can save $10 on this. And it's like, I never look at equipment that way. I'll never buy used equipment, and I'll always buy new equipment because I never trust where equipment has been. Like, buy used speakers. It's like, why? Save $40? Like, why? And then you got that on your mind. Like, what happened to these speakers? Did somebody actually like turn them up too loud, and are they gonna like blow out all of a sudden on me, or like, you know what I mean? Like, you should always buy new equipment. But anyways, I'm going off that direction when talking about equipment. But we need to go back to 2005. The important thing about this last year too is, yes, the equipment, we've upgraded all of that, and even this year we've upgraded the laptop. I think I mentioned that in a previous episode. We've built a case for our ceremony sound. We have a really nice table for that now too. We've got just a really nice, simple setup for the DJ, setup for weddings and everything. So it makes it easier, to set up, to perform, to make sure that we, take care of all the needs of our clients. So that's definitely something I'm thankful for. It's the basics, right? I mean, family, friends, the relationships we have, you know, making those simple, like, even if it's a text message, even if it's a Facebook message, Instagram message, a like, a comment, something like that just says like, hey, I appreciate you, or just something as simple as that. Like, this last year, I've been really trying to, relationships I've had from the past, just kind of just keep those going. It's easy as time progresses and as we get more and more stuff in our life, as we build a family, as we start a relationship, we get married, whatever, like, it's very easy to lose track of our past and everything that we become to this point because of all of that. And it's easy to be like, well, this is the new life and I got to just stick to this and forget about all that old stuff. And it's like, well, there is something to be said about being appreciative for all of this, because without this, you're never going to become this. And yes, there is a lot of stuff in this that you probably don't want to bring to this, but all the stuff in your past that is good, keep it. All those friends and family and the people that have helped make you become who you are, keep that. Bring some of that into your future. You don't have to bring it full force, like 100%, but you can bring just little sprinkles of that. Occasionally, if you see him, I have a friend from years ago I grew up with. We still talk here and there, on like Instagram or something. We'll message each other and we'll just kind of reminisce about old stuff, and it's great. And that kind of stuff is simple. Like you don't have to be like, okay, I'm gonna make this phone call. We're gonna do this. It's gonna be later tonight, and then oh no, I got distracted. Now I gotta like, oh sorry man, I can't make the phone call. Like oh, we got to meet up and we got to do all this stuff. And it's like, oh, but they live this. It's like, no, you don't have to do that stuff. Like those little things, just little things, little check-ins. Like they don't have to be check-ins. Just, hey, saw something the other day that reminded me of something. How you doing? What's going on? Simple things like that. Those make all the difference in the world. And even if it's not that, then a simple like or a love on a post, simple reaction, I think that'll even do well as well. People like especially like family, they love to hear from you. You don't have to like make the 2-hour phone call. You don't have to make the 10-hour drive. Just a simple like message. Anything will do nowadays. Everybody has a phone. Um, Most of our phone is a lot of negativity, a lot of weird news, right? I mean, let's be honest. So it's nice to get a message here and there that just pops up and say, "Hey, I was just thinking about you the other day. I saw something that reminded me of you from the past. I thought I'd say hello. How's everything going? Hope you're well." Those little simple things they really make a big difference. Um, Something else this last year that I've been really thankful for is I've really been pushing a lot of whatever the big negative news like story is, and whether it be the world or just everywhere. I've just been kind of pushing that to the side. I get it. It's there, it's reality. It's something that we need to pay attention to. I'm very, very aware of it. But on the other side, there's all this positivity and good things that are going on in the world. Now, to me, I don't want to be overly positive, but I do want to have a sense of, hey, you know what? Yeah, the world sucks. There's some terrible people out there. But on the other side, there's a lot of love. There's a lot of good people out there. And that's where I like to put a lot of my energy. Yeah, I get there's some of this, and I will pay attention to some of this here and there because it's just the reality of life. But there is also this other stuff that's going on here that's really fun and upbeat and great. And I don't know. I mean, as a DJ, I have to be positive. I mean, I don't know of any negative DJs out there. Maybe there are a lot of them. I don't know. I would think when you go to a party, you want the positivity. You don't want the DJ coming out at your wedding going, well, looks like they got married today. That's good. I think it's probably more important to be like, looks like they got married today. Let's make some noise, guys. Let's have a good time. So that's why, like, for me, as a reflection of a DJ, I need to be focusing on what works over here. And that's the good positivity, the good fun, the energy. So, um, that's something that this year I've really been really putting a lot more energy into is where all the positivity is. Keeping a little over here, but keeping the positivity over here as well. So, that's important. Oh, let's see what else has been going on this last year. I mean, just so many good things. Like, we did so much traveling this year. But what we also did this year too is we kind of looked at what really works. Like like even for yourself, you could look at this and you could be like, well, what works for my life? What works for what I do? For myself, I know it's probably a little different than maybe some people. Some people maybe don't own a business like myself, and you can look at it and say, well, that's a little different. But I guess like what works like, with what you do, whether it be personal or your work life. For me, I had to look at kind of like the business this year and say, let's just go ahead and focus on nothing but weddings for 2026. And that's a big cut. I mean, that's a big, like, you're cutting out school functions. You're cutting like we did the Woodland Park Zoo this last year. That was really fun. A 2-day event for Google. Um, we did like at least 10 school events this last year. Um, we did Trapper Sushi, a special event for them this last year. We did a graduation party this last year. That was a really cool graduation party too. But just so many different events that we were doing that weren't weddings. And what I realized about all that is that I love doing all different types of events and being busy DJing, but when I realize like how much energy it takes to do each event, it's a lot of prep work to put on each event. So it's going to take you at least 10, 15, 20 hours for one event, depending upon the event. And this is only me, like maybe this is just me talking, but I have to put my all into every event. If I don't put my all into every event, I feel terrible. Like if I don't put 110%, and that means like everything from the music, the playlists have to be perfect. I have to know everything from everything. So if I don't show up 2 hours early, if I don't have the right clothes, if I don't have the right attitude, everything has to be perfectly planned. And that takes a lot of time to do. So what I realize is like, let's just stick to weddings. I think for me, it works because I love to DJ and MC, which I know a lot of DJs, they're more like, I just like to play music and hype the crowd. And that's totally cool. For myself, I like to do the DJ and hype the crowd, but I also like to MC. I like to do wedding introductions. I like to do intros for toasts. I like to do, letting people know it's dinner. It's time to bring everybody together. I love to do all the different announcements and all the different dances. So for me, I feel like the wedding side of everything is really the direction that I needed to go this next year. So cutting all that other stuff out, I mean, I know it's a big move. Maybe it's a little risky, but I feel like for the direction we've been heading, I think this is the best direction to go. So I'm definitely excited about that like the new journey, the new direction that we're going. So I think 2026 is going to be a phenomenal year. I know this last year has been great. Um, and I really look forward to this next year. And I'm definitely appreciative. I think I said in the intro, just with all the couples that have hired me so far for this next 2026, you know, and them planning for their weddings and everything else. And just want to send them, just lots of love, good blessings, gratitude, all that great stuff. And yeah, I think that's pretty good. I mean, happy new year. I will see you next year. I will hear, hopefully you'll keep tuning in, keep checking out the episodes. It's a lot of fun to do these episodes. I'm glad I started doing them this last year. Um, and then coming up this next year in 2026, I'm going to have wedding mixes every week. I'm not sure what day we're going to start on yet, but I will let you know on that. Behind the Booth is every week. We're going to keep it going through 2026. I'm looking forward to that as well. Leave a comment, leave a like. Let me know like if there's any topics you'd like me to cover, anything you'd like me to talk about. Love to take it from there. So, hey, thank you everyone. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it greatly. It means so much to be able to do what I love the most and share it with you. So, until next time, we'll talk to you then. Bye.